Good day, people. This is the very first YouTube review from the Agent of Sarcasm, which is me. So, you're in for the treat today, because the very first film that we are going to talk about today is the Suicide Squad, directed by David Ayer. And I must say, this film was a very good, in my opinion. Uh, in fact, you might as well say it's kind of sucked. I mean, I hate to side with the critics on this. I know the critics bash the film. You get most negative reviews, but I must say they kind of have a point, especially given the fact that there's very high hopes looking at going into this film based on who was cast in it. It looked like it was casted perfectly, but it was very disappointing, even more so than Batman vs Superman and Fantastic Four, in my opinion. Even though Fantastic Four is a Marvel film, but still, it was a very horribly done Marvel film. It was like watching some teenage girl give birth to some child on the floor of a bathroom and throw the child in a dumpster type of horrible. But anyway, I would like to start off by saying I'm trying not to give off too much of the film, just in case you have want to decide to go watch it yourselves. So it'll be spoiler free as much as possible. I like to start off by saying the high points of the film. The high parts of the film, the high points have to be the character introductions with when they introduce the Suicide Squad. Can't hardly talk right now. Forgive me. But they introduced the squad, which I tell you the characters who it consisted of. Yeah, Will Smith as Deadshot, aka Floyd Lawton, which was his government name. For those of you who don't know who Deadshot is, he's a great marksman, and he's an expert marksman, expert assassin, one of the greatest mercenaries in the world. Usually, in the DC universe, he's considered the second deadliest mercenary in the world, right behind Deathstroke, Slade Wilson. And while he's a mercenary, like he also one of his positive creative features is great love for his daughter. So it's kind of like a Uncle Phil mixed with Ghost Dog, for instance. Except he's not a samurai; he just murks people from long range, ricochet bullets, all that good Matrix shit. And moving on, I'm gonna go back to Deadshot and what I think about the characters. Moving on, you have Harley Quinn, who was probably the most hyped character in the film because it was the first time that she was going to be represented in live action form. Playing her, we had Margot Robbie, who was outstanding in The Wolf of Wall Street because she played a outstanding Brooklyn accent, which is same accent that Harley Quinn plays. She's a blonde. She's had this great quirkiness about her, and that was casted perfectly. I'll get to Harley Quinn in a minute. And on down the line, we have the rest of the cast. We consider Captain Boomerang, played by Jai Courtney. You had Rick Flag, played by Joel Kinnaman. That's how you say his name. Jay Hernandez played El Diablo. Killer Croc played by, I'm not going to even try to pronounce this guy's name. He's been in business for a while. He was the dude from Oz. He used to snitch on everybody and shit. And he was the dude from Fit to Get Rich or Die Trying, play this majestic. I'm just calling him AAA. And you have some other characters who almost it's like who cares? Let me get to the good part. Well, I must say, yeah, this movie kind of sucked. They had great character introductions, but soon after that, it went off the rails. One big reason it went off the rails is because these characters, aside from the Diablo character, they're not really the Avengers type in that they have some like massive superpowers or or super abilities. There you have Deadshot who's just a marksman, Harley Quinn who's just cuckoo and acrobatic, and you have Killer Croc who's just a big reptile hybrid, and they all went up against the villain of the film, who just named as Enchantress, basically a witch, some kind of pseudo witch, Phoenix Jean Grey, um, Loki type of character. And the plot, to get away the plot, basically, well, she it followed the plot of almost every other film you might see, like Ghostbusters or the Avengers, in that the villain wants to create some weapon that's gonna kill everybody, and they have to stop him. Like we haven't seen that before. It's like, oh wow. It makes it even worse that these characters, they're not known for their super, not known to have superpowers. Captain Boomerang, for example, throws boomerangs. Like his name says, Deadshot shoots people. He's really good at it. Harley Quinn, he's just crazy. And why are they going against a magic superpowered being? If they kind of falls off the rails right there. Oh, and by the way, oh yeah, the Joker. Yeah, okay. I'm going to go ahead to let y'all know now that if you're expecting to see a lot of the Joker, you're gonna be very disappointed. Jared Leto, Joker wasn't even hardly in the film. And as a matter of fact, he did very little to the plot itself. He was just there. Maybe making a cameo to set up a future film, from what I've heard. Some people speculated that maybe there's gonna be a Batman Arkham Asylum film, which I'm pretty sure DC will fuck up. But he actually did nothing. Pretty much. Just show up a couple times and, hey, I'm the Joker. Rawr, be scared of me. And shit. It's like they purposely included Joker in it to to drive up box office sales and ticket receipts. They knew people were going to come to see the Joker, even though some people thought that Heath Ledger's Joker, me included, was way too good to be ever replicated and ever topped. So you kind of like need to leave it alone. But also, it's even more head scratching is that you had a movie, you had a Joker in it, you didn't hardly have him in it, even though he's regularly called or recognized as one of maybe the top three comic villains of all time, but you didn't hardly have him in it. What sense would that make? Come on, DC. That's stupid. But then again, this is the same company that had Wonder Woman make a cameo for like 5-10 minutes at the end of Batman vs Superman. So, am I really that? Are we really that surprised that they pull some crap like this? And to top, man, you know what? No, fuck this. I'm gonna give it spoilers. It's gonna be spoilers. Warning, spoiler alert. So if you don't want to get me ruin this film, turn this off right now. I'll tell you why this movie was garbage. Basically, come on. Yeah, basically, these characters, a lot of these characters, actually did nothing. They were just there. For instance, Captain Boomerang, played by John Courtney, all he did is throw a couple of boomerangs, make a pass at Katana, the girl who surprised had a katana and also Japanese or whatnot, and that was it. And well, tell you the truth, since it was John Courtney playing him, it's kind of a good thing that he wasn't around. So yeah, that's kind of a plus. Yeah, yeah, fuck that guy. But another big problem I found with another character, yeah, that I could that gave me fits in the movie was Killer Croc, who was nothing but a stereotypical black person. Like from the way he talked, the shit that he says, shawty or whatever, and the fact that when Amanda Waller at the end of the film asks, "Would you guys want? Would you guys ask what do they want?" or pretty much like privileges, this motherfucker gonna add don't say that he wants BT in his damn cell. Are you fucking kidding me? This dude he had talked in a stereotypical black accent, and it was basically the stereotypical black guy all throughout the movie. And top it off, he talking about supposed to BT. The only thing he did was non-stereotypical was him getting in the water and swimming. Like that's the only thing that didn't break stereotype. Yeah, Katana, who was a Japanese, like I said earlier, she was Japanese. She had a katana, and she cuts people. That's pretty much it. It's like, oh wow. Then he had Amanda Waller, who was actually probably one of the few characters in the movie that's actually good. No, but that's not surprising considering that Viola Davis does a very good job in every film that she's in. Her character, for those who don't know, Amanda Waller is a very immoral, hardcore character who has no qualms of putting her self-interest above anyone else for what she believes the good of her agency that she works for. It's tried their secrecy. She treats people as they're expendable, throws them away, and they're no longer needed or crosses them if it seems fit, almost working in the shadows. And some people even say she's can be tyrannical in the way that she approaches problems. So she's kind of like Roger Goodell, pretty much. But anyway, oh yeah, I didn't really do a good job of telling y'all the plot, did I? Until I start ranting. Basically, Amanda Waller goes in and well, you know what? No, I don't have to tell you the plot because if you listen to this video, you have some idea what the plot is. So basically, Amanda Waller goes and creates her own team of fucked up people to try to attack more fucked up people. So yeah, but on to the more characters. Harley Quinn got a good significant amount of time. I feel that Margot Robbie played a good job. I think I said her name right. It's Margot Robbie. I don't know. Sue me. But anyway, I believe she did a good job. But the way that she was written, I don't agree with. Like from the previews, basically from the previews of the whole Joker. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you really, really bad. Haha, that garbage. Basically, you didn't know who he's talking to. On to find out, it was Harley Quinn. Like it was like a prison. It was like a prison riot that happened in Arkham, and some guys holding Harley Quinn down, and here comes the Joker. I guess I don't know, gave her some kind of shock therapy to help her lose her mind even more. Even though she was falling in love with him, as they said, but they never say how or what he did to make her fall in love with him. And then they had her go to Ace Chemical Plant. For those who don't know, Ace Chemical Plant is famous for transforming, giving the Joker his famous pale skin and green hair and all that good stuff. But anyway, she dives in the Ace Chemicals just like he did. He dives in after her, and they kiss in the damn pool of chemical acid or like hamburger grease from McDonald's. It looks like pretty much. But and they get like create a nice color uh color palette or whatever you would you say? Can he hardly talk? Cause this movie like it's just terrible. Like and that's how the Harley Quinn came to be about or whatever. And you get a good you see Joker and Harley rampage through Gotham in a purple Lamborghini, and they get stopped by Batman or whatever. Harley Quinn gets caught, Joker gets away, whatever for another day. But now let me go on to what's more of the film because I don't want to spend too much time talking about the characters. I'll tell you about some stupid stuff about the film. Basically, I meant to control the convicts, make sure they don't escape or none of that. Um, Amanda Waller implants them some kind of small explosive in the back of their neck that, of course, she can detonate and basically blow their heads off if they ever cross her. Sorry. And midway through the film, the Joker pops up, steals a helicopter, tries to rescue Harley Quinn, and before they do that, however, the Joker has some scientists disable Harley Quinn's explosive in the back of her neck. Okay, and it works. So they flee or whatever, only to have Deadshot, I believe, shoot down the helicopter and making Deadshot the helicopter explode, and Harley she ended up like falling off the helicopter, or whatever. She lived or whatnot, but she thought her pudding Joker was just killed. But that's not really at the point. The point is near the end of the film, after they save the day in Ghostbuster style by just stopping the fucking magical evil witch who for some reason didn't use her superpowers when she fought all the characters, all the non-superpower characters. Instead, she brought out two blades and engaged them in hand-to-hand combat. She could have easily stuck the fingers and probably turned them all into dust, but that's another story. Anyway, at the end of the film, after they stop her, Amanda Waller tries to play her trump card again and holds up her little iPhone that has the fucking that's basically a detonator to blow up their explosives. Which had to force all the rest of the Suicide Squad, the remaining members, to go back to jail. Even Harley Quinn. Even though Harley Quinn had her explosive removed. Why will you go back to jail when she had no leverage over you? That makes no sense. That made no sense to me. Like seriously, this is the type of crap that makes people lose faith in DC. Fucking terrible writing. There's like a Batman versus Superman when Superman stabbed Shrek. I call him Shrek. I would not refer to him as Doomsday. That's fucking Shrek. Anyway, and when Batman stabbed Shrek with the kryptonite spear, even though he had Wonder Woman standing right there who could have did the same shit and probably survived it. Like, it's just dumb shit like that, DC. Look, I'm not gonna waste too much time with this because I'm actually getting tired of kind of bashing this film. But I must say, if you want to see a real Suicide Squad film, watch the animated movie Batman: Assault on Arkham. You see a good. It's far better. Like they actually try with their damn plot to make sense of it. It's a much better film than this. Like and for those you saying that, well, it's kind of hard to have like 8 characters in the film and blah blah blah. Yeah, well, Expendables 2 kind of made it work. They had a damn Chuck Norris cameo, and they made it legendary. What did they do with the Joker? With the Joker cameos here? Nothing. No memorable parts. Even though they spent like the better half of a year hyping up Jared Leto as he doing some kind of type of method actor of making everybody feel uncomfortable and shit. Like only to just basically to show up, put on some makeup, and talk funny. Like, and for the record, I never really skeptical of this Joker for some fact that he tried too hard. The Joker works best because he's shrouded in so much mystery. Like he makes people underestimate him because he's dressed as a clown. He's not like Jared Leto with tattoos everywhere and a grill and whatnot, and have a shirt off all the time. He's a clown. He's not physically imposing. He does that's what he does. He makes people underestimate him. That's part of the punchline. It's part of the joke. You don't see it coming. That's why he usually works so well. This Paul Wall Lil Wayne Joker, it just like they're trying too hard. Which you could say is DC's problem, Warner Brothers' problem right now, is that they're trying too hard with all these DC movies. Think about it. Name one DC movie aside from Batman that's actually really good. I bet you can't do it. I actually tried. Actually look to actually attempt it. Try to give DC some props. But you can't do it. So yeah, this film made no sense. They had to fight the evil witch who was supposed to be a part of the Suicide Squad. And they actually went into Pirates of the Caribbean territory, and that the evil witch was controlled by Amanda Waller because she had the evil witch's heart in a box, and she could basically stab the evil witch at any moment, any time to kill the witch. And the witch basically she finds a way out of this by bringing her brother to life somehow. Brother possesses some random guy, and the brother like gives her power right before Amanda Waller stabs the heart to death. But it should be good to know that the witch isn't always in her witch form. That she actually possessed the body of some archaeologist that was in love with Rick Flag, who was the kind of the leader of the Suicide Squad. He was a special forces type of guy, and it's good. It's good to point out. I should point out that Rick Flag in the comics and the cartoons were actually a pretty capable guy. He was pretty competent. The films didn't really present him as a very competent guy. Rather, he was very yeah, he's very needy. He was kind of like that. What's his name? Peter from fucking Hunger Games. Like just all need to be saved and crap. From the mindless little blob monsters that the witch created to defend her Tower of Doom that she created. Sort of like Loki did in Avengers, sort of like the Ghostbusters, sort of like Ultron. No. You can even say the first X-Men movie, or even the second X-Men movie, rather. Basically, the villain creates a machine that threatens all of humanity, or either a certain percentage of humanity, and they have to stop them. So yeah, that's what happened. And then the cinematography, as for the cinematography, it was very dark. It was supposed to be dark, I reckon, but it's overly dark. Like you barely could see stuff at the time. Just very good in an action film of this nature. Also, another thing I guess you could kind of criticize about is that this is one of those films where the best parts were given away in the trailers. Unfortunately, like some of the best one-liners, um, some of the best action scenes was kind of given away in the trailer. So it kind of it's not very it's like kind of disappointing, especially with a film that was heavily marketed as this. Like more than likely, it probably lead the box office because of the brand that it is, and it getting people out to come see it. However, I'll just say that just because it leads the box office doesn't mean that it translates to a great film. Batman vs Superman was garbage, but it led the box office only because it was Batman vs Superman. That's something that people were paying to come see. People were waiting for years to see in a live action form. Just like people were waiting to see Manny Pacquiao face Floyd Mayweather. That fight was boring. Most people say it's terrible, but yet it made money. It's the brand name. People like them. People like the name, even if it's underwhelming. However, I'm gonna end this rant because I'm probably going on about 20 minutes or whatnot, and well, I also say it's this type of film you ought to save your money on. Like it's not worth going to see. It was very disappointing. Um, after the basically after the character introductions and they brought the characters together, that's when it basically went all downhill. Like it was just and it's so cliche after cliche. Yeah, right when they're about to stop the evil witch, they they showed basically she showed them what your heart's desire is right before they gonna stop her, and that was that was just who the hell cares at that point. It was crap. Yeah. Luckily, I only paid like $5 to go see it, so that's not bad in this day and age. All right, without further ado, I'm gonna end this video by saying thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. There'll be more movie reviews, television reviews, current topics of current events and sports commentations coming later. So happy to see. So thank you for listening. Agent of Sarcasm signing out.